Welcome to the Eagle's Eye. I'm Anthony D'Onofri. I'm currently editing my football highlight tape for the team. And this week's first interview was on the new dance policy. We talked about it in family advocacy and stuff like that. So why don't we go check this out?
Hi, I'm Nicole Smith here with Jacool Hargrove to talk about the dirty dancing policy. Hi.
How you doing?
So, whose idea was it to show the video in family advocacy?
Well, the idea came about from various different people who seen dancing was getting a little too out of hand and a little too improper for school dances and for like teachers to watch it. So it came about from different students. I like to say, I believe.
So, what do you think is the main idea of the video to like get the word out?
Just to have fun. I mean, like for people to go out there and have fun, but do it in a properly manner, than to go out there for girls to or guys to be inappropriate while they're dancing.
And what are the policies of dancing?
I would have to say, dance, but dance in a again in a properly manner, such as don't have the girls back area on top of the boys, and don't have the girls on the floor or the boys on the floor or anything like that. Just commonly dancing, I would have to say.
And what does the video mean for future references to come?
Um, to have fun, but do it, accordingly to school rules, because we are on the school grounds also. So, like I said, I don't want teachers don't want to see students out there, going crazy and being on the floor or on the wall or anything like that. So, just do it, but have fun, but do it safe.
And what are the consequences going to be?
It follows school's policy, so consequences such as being excluded from any school dances or like any school activities such as basketball or dances again, and then it can go into a discipline referral also if it continues to happen.
So, is there going to be anything taken into place for this? Like, will students have to sign a contract or anything?
Um, I don't think there will be a contract now because it's kind of too late in the year to even start that or even to get one out. So, but starting by next year, I believe it will definitely be a contract out. I mean, they may try by like banquet or junior or senior prom. They may try, but it's not really definite.
Hmm. So, how did this proposal come about? Like,
It came from, I believe, a school in Vancouver, I believe. I'm not really sure, but it came somewhere in the West. Uh, and a principal out there, I believe, saw this dancing as inappropriate and seen it as like a sexual contact type of way. Even though, it was just students having fun and just how people, or not people, but it's how students dance nowadays. It's not like how you had to be so to live apart and move side to side. It's not like that no more. Students like to have fun and like to be spontaneous. So that's why students go out there and do what they do.
so since Upper Marion has opposed the rule of preventing alcohol, besides the dirty dancing rule, do you think that the administration has a concern about alcohol in
No,
Norristown?
no, not really, because alcohol really haven't been a big thing in Norristown. It hasn't really got out of control because students don't go to a dance just to drink and come there all drunk or anything. It's nothing like that. They come there to have a good time. Go out there to again to dance, to be with friends, family members, their girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, and just to associate. It's not more like to go out there just to get drunk or anything like that.
So as a Norristown student, how do you feel about the whole dirty dancing and everything?
I think they took it too far, just a little overboard. It's not as big as everybody's, putting up to be. It's just a dance. It's nothing more, nothing bigger than that. It's just all of this is just a dance. And, you go out there, you go have fun, you associate with everybody else, and it's just a friendly thing. That's all that is.
Do you think sometimes students take it farther than just a friendly thing for them to make this like be in effect?
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I believe some students do take it too far. I mean, just in the heat of the moment, sometimes they go too overboard with it. But it's all out of fun. There's nothing more than that. Nothing to the extreme. It's just we out there just to have fun. Especially if you're a senior or anything, you just want to go all out with it, and that's what they do. They just go out there just to be exciting, just to be spontaneous or something like that.
So was there anything that happened like in the past or like recently that sparked this video, like at a recent dance or anything?
Uh, Not here, more likely, not so much. But like again, more in the western area where kids do take it a little extremely too far. But like here at Norristown, we have fun. Even it's not like we just dance with ourselves. We dance with teachers. We all dance. We all get involved. It's nothing like, you know, more of a dirty dance type of way. It's more of a fun dance. Like we go out there. We do like the cha-cha slide, some stuff like that. It's more of that type of way, not more of a grinding type of way as everybody else take it.
And you being the co-president of Student Council, what does Student Council have to do with this? Like, what part does they play in this?
Since we are hosting the next upcoming dance, the Formal, which is held this Friday, January 22nd, we have to come up with, certain rules that some students have to follow, but it's not too extreme. Like, you have to be shoulder lifting part or something like that. Not really too big on that because that's never been a huge problem in Norristown because Norristown really haven't never took it as far as grinding or sexual contact type of way, as in somebody taking trying to as people say, like having sexual contact with somebody else, but it's more of a friendly type of way. It's nothing serious. We just have to watch what we do and how we take things.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
Just come support Student Council at the Formal, January 22nd.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm Nicole Smith here with Jaquil Hargrove. Now back to Eagles Eye.
So Kristen, did you go to Friendly's last night?
I did go to Friendly's last night. It was fun.
Did you help raise money for DECA?
I did because I'm in DECA.
Really?
Yeah.
You going to States?
I am going to States.
You going to Hershey?
Yeah, for 3 days.
Really?
Pretty cool. Get out of
That's
school.
cool. So we interviewed Danielle about how the Friendly fundraiser night went, and seems like it went well.
It did. There were a lot of people there.
All right, let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm Sarah Kinsey here with Danielle DeMito talking about Friendly Fun Night from DECA. Thank you so much for being
Hi.
here. So why did DECA decide to do the Family Fun Night?
They decided to do friendlies so that we could raise money for our club and help out with events that we have and stuff we want to do so that we could possibly do other things with DECA. So we just raise money for ourselves so we have some extra money.
So how was the outcome last night?
It was pretty good. We had a lot of people there. There was a lot of students that came. They came. Shaw gave extra credit to people in his classes that came. And when all the officers were there to support, and then people's families came with them. So it was a pretty good turnout.
So what other activities do you guys have planned for DECA?
We have a wing bowl coming up in February. It's in the beginning. It's February 11th. And States is February 17th to 19th. It's a 3-day trip. And then we're doing dodgeball in April.
Now I heard also DECA is going to States. Did last night and the other events coming up help you raise money for States?
Friendlies helped us raise money. In the beginning, people obviously still have to pay their money to go. But basically you have to pay yourself to go. The money's just extra money we have around.
So when are you guys going to States?
We're going February 17th, and we'll be there to February 19th. It's a 3-day trip.
What activities goes on at DECA besides just the competition when you guys go to States?
When we go there, you can go to the Hershey Chocolate Factory, and you get a tour of there. You can also go shopping at the outlets. They have dances every night at night, and an area to socialize with people and get to know everyone. That's pretty much it you can do. I mean, you can go. There's a pool there. You can go to the pool. You can just sit around in the hallways, talk to people, get to know everyone. It's pretty fun.
Now is everybody that is going to States getting prepared still?
Yeah, every Wednesday we have study sessions for people to prepare and they look over, they get new packets that they can study from. They can do practice role plays so that they're not nervous and they know what they're going to talk about. and I'm doing public speaking, so I'm starting to write my speech for that. There's Quiz Bowl, and there's 4 people on the team, and they have to study out of this big packet of like 100 questions so that they know. And Quiz Bowl is like a thing you have to like tap a buzzer and answer a question like fastly.
So it sounds like you guys are all pretty prepared.
Yeah, everyone's preparing like well. They want to win, so.
So is there anything else you would like to add about DECA for our viewers?
It's a fun event. You should get involved. A lot of people wait till their senior year to get involved, or they don't do it at all and then they regret it. So it's you get to let new people. So it's a lot of fun.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I'm Sarah Kinsey here with Danielle. We just talked about DECA. Now back to the Eagle's Eye.
Are you the next Norristown Area High School Idol? Calling all singers, rappers, musicians, and poets. If you believe that you will be the Norristown Area High School Idol, please sign up in the cafeteria during the week of the 18th. You can sign up until the 22nd with the vice principal in charge of that lunch duty, with auditions being held during the week of the 25th. The dates for the auditions will be the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th in the auditorium. We have great prizes. For each winner in each category, they will receive a $50 gift card, but the Norristown Idol will receive a $150 gift card. So if you believe that you're talented and you have what it takes to be the next Norristown Area High School Idol, sign up in the cafeteria, be ready for your audition, and good luck.
Hi, I'm Anthony D'Onofri here at the Eagle's Eye, and we interviewed Ms. Flamer about financial aid, and I advise you if you're a senior to watch it because it's very crucial and it can help you get in college. So why don't you check this out?
Hi, I'm Stephanie Zagowski, and I'm here with Ms. Flamer to talk about financial aid process.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good.
And what makes a student eligible for financial aid?
Well, the financial aid process actually begins every January, whether they're in their senior year or any future years after, once they're in college, they have to complete financial aid applications. So that would actually make them eligible for aid.
So even a student that is just looking to go back to school down the road, like a parent or anything like that, would still have to fill out a FAFSA form?
That's correct.
Okay. What does financial aid include?
Usually financial aid includes loans, grants, scholarships, excuse me, work study. Some colleges have funds also of free money that you don't have to actually pay back also.
What steps would you take to receive financial aid?
Typically, every college has perhaps their own financial aid forms that they have to complete. Generally, most schools will ask students to complete the FAFSA, which is the free application for student aid, or the CSS profile that many of the private colleges actually use too. They might even have their own supplemental form, so it's really important for students to take a look at each school where they've applied to and to learn what forms are actually needed to complete for financial aid.
Does every college offer financial aid?
Generally they do. So by completing those forms, it helps the college to provide monies for students to attend.
And I know vocational schools are often, talked about among students to just go into a workforce instead of just do like a tech kind of program. Mm-hmm. Do they also offer financial aid?
They do. Technical schools as well as the community college will offer financial aid to students also.
Are there workshop or programs to help students?
Sure. Actually, February 3rd, we are having a FAFSA completion night here at the high school in the library from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And students or parents can actually come and complete the FAFSA and submit it that evening.
I know you're probably going to talk about it that night, but when and how should the FAFSA be filed?
Okay. Now's the time really to complete the FAFSA. January 1st is when you can actually start. The deadline is June 30th. However, I wouldn't advise students to wait until June 30th to actually file. The best time to file FAFSA is probably like early February, mid to mid-February to file. There is a direct link on our Norristown Area School District website where it will link you to the FAFSA website under the College Career Financial Aid information page. And then there are 3 steps that students or parents have to actually file. It's really recommended that students do it online, and because the application is processed a lot faster as opposed to the downloadable application.
But there is a paper application available?
There is.
Okay.
There is, yes.
Okay. Is there I guess the deadline is June 30th. Is there a more, would you have a better chance of getting financial aid if it was earlier, or is it still available?
Well, usually if you wait until June 30th, you may miss the state funding. So I always would encourage families to get that FAFSA and the other forms done as early as possible, because that's when most of the colleges give out the money, like the end of March, early April.
Right.
You don't want to miss those opportunities.
Of course. What things should a student bring or a parent to the workshop to help complete the FAFSA?
Generally, parents have to have completed their 2009 taxes, and I always advise parents or students that if you can't get it done early into the year, to use your 2008 taxes, so you could at least file and then go back in and make those changes when you do the 2009 taxes. You also need, driver's license, social security number, bank statements, those kinds of things as well.
Okay, and about the taxes, I know a lot of students work, and a lot of them, get W-2 forms in the mail recently, but do they have to also put their tax information on the FAFSA form, or is it just the parents' information?
That's a good question. If students work and they are going to file taxes, yes, they have to. There's a section for both students as well as parents also. Much of the financial aid is based on the family's income.
Okay. Okay, and how long should a student expect to wait to hear? How long should it take to be processed?
Well, if you use the paper application, it probably will take about 6 weeks. However, if you use the online application, probably about 2.
Oh, wow, that's a huge difference.
Right.
And what's the next step that a student should take after they file?
After the application is filed, the government then goes and prints out all of the information into their data system. It is then sent to all the colleges where students have applied to and where they want that information to be sent. And then the colleges actually make a financial aid award to the student, and they should probably get that around the 1st of April.
Okay. And is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'd suggest that you get this process started as soon as possible.
Okay. I'm Stephanie Sigowski here with Ms. Flamer from the Eagle's Eye, and we'll send it back to you guys.
Did you know?
One donation can save the lives of up to 3 people.
Did you know?
The average adult has about 10 to 12 pints of blood in their body. Roughly 1 pint is given in donations.
Did you know?
Every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood.
Did you know?
You must wait at least 12 months before donating blood after getting a tattoo or receiving treatments for syphilis or gonorrhea.
Did you know?
You must be 5'1" or taller, weigh more than 110 pounds, and be over 16 to give blood.
Did you know?
1 out of every 10 people admitted to the hospital needs blood.
Did you know?
The blood drive is on Wednesday, January 27th in the gym.
Well, now you know.
So, Kristen, the formal's tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, are you going?
I'm not. Are you?
I am going.
Yeah, and Key Club, they're selling those roses. So
I really want a rose.
Are you getting one for your date? Do you have a date?
I don't have a date, but I'm gonna go with my friends.
Are you gonna buy them for them?
I might buy them roses. I bought them roses last year because they're only $1.
Yeah, but they're pretty too, so
They
$1's worth it.
It is.
I don't know. So we interviewed Key Club, Angela and Allie,
Yeah.
about how they obtain the roses and how you can get them.
At lunch tomorrow.
At lunch tomorrow, all of the lunches.
Yeah.
So let's check out that interview so you know what we're talking about.
How's it going? I'm CJ O'Brien here with Angela and Allie. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
They're from the Key Club, and I think we're talking about selling roses. So what made you guys decide to sell roses?
Well, we decided on roses because Julie Moses, our president, has a connection and can get roses. And we thought it was a nice gesture being on the day of the formal that we're selling. And we just wanted to give students the opportunity to buy a rose for their prom or their date to the formal.
All right, so who's running this event?
The Key Club and the members of the Key Club.
All right, and have you guys decided where the proceeds are going to go?
We've been talking about charities during our meetings. We might give to Laurel House or the SPCA, maybe Habitat for Humanity, maybe to the troops. We're kind of just throwing around ideas, but we know that all the proceeds that we make and the profit that we make goes to a charity.
All right, I like that. And how much are you guys selling these roses for?
$1, and it's at our lunches.
All right, so it's $1 a rose. All right, that's a pretty good deal. When are you guys going to start selling these roses?
January 22nd is the only day that we're going to be selling them, but that's the day of the formal too.
All right, so it's just one day mega sale.
Yeah, one day only.
One day.
All right.
Everything must go.
And you said you're selling them in the cafeteria? Now, why the cafeteria?
Well, people normally, they're buying lunch, they'll have money on them. They might be sitting with a group of friends that they might be going to formal with, and somebody might go, oh, buy me a rose. So cafeteria is a good place. Plus, everybody visits there pretty much every day, so it gets lots of traffic. And we'll be at the front of the cafeteria so that most people can see us, like where the principals sit. So it's like, oh, what are those people doing? Then they'll see like a big line. Oh, maybe I want to go buy a rose.
There we go. All right, is there any sort of limit to how many you can buy or per lunch?
Well, we're going to be having a certain amount of roses, and we're going to split up that number among the 3 lunches. So say we get 300 roses, we'll only sell 100 roses per lunch, and that's just so people in third lunch don't get the roses that have been picked over already, and they get a fair share.
All right, so everyone gets an equal chance of getting a rose for their love, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, is there any sort of deal for buying the roses, or is it just $1 per rose?
It's just $1 per rose. That way it doesn't get too complicated, and that way it's just like profit, just like, here
I
we
like
go.
it. All right, so big question, why have this sale?
Well, we figured being on the day of the formal especially, roses would be a nice token for someone they're taking, or just in general, and rose sales have done very well at our school, so we figured the Key Club would be very successful in doing one.
All right, so how do you plan an event like this? Like, what goes into it?
Well, Julie Moses, she's great. She's our president, and she has this great connection, so she knows how to get the roses. And basically, at our meetings, she says, "Okay, this is what we did last year. Do you think it's a good idea this year?" And people were like, "Yeah, let's do this. This is a good idea." So we set up a selling schedule for people to sign up for which lunches to sell, and then we send out passes like, "Okay, come up here and get the roses at this time." And people have to be in charge of the money cash box. And so, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of planning, but enough careful planning so everything runs smoothly.
All right, sounds like you guys got it down pretty good, though. So how much do you guys expect to make from this sale?
We expect to sell out of our roses, and say we get 300, we'd like to make $300 or more. So we'd like to do very well on this.
All right, so you expect a pretty good turnout.
Yeah.
All right, good. And what would you say to someone who doesn't want to buy a rose? Like, what would you do to convince them to buy a rose?
Well, you could just go, "Oh, come on, like everybody likes flowers, you know, your date's gonna like appreciate it. It's a sweet little gesture." Or maybe we won't even need to say anything. Maybe they'll go, "Oh my goodness, look at all these people buying roses. I want to get one, so I'm not like left out. Let's go buy some roses."
I'm convinced I'll buy a rose. So is there anything else you guys like to add?
Just come out and support the Key Club on our rose sale on January 22nd.
All right, well, thank you guys for being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.
I just talked to Angela and Allie about the Rose sale from Key Club. I'm CJ O'Brien, and back to the Eagle's Eye.
Jess, are you ordering a yearbook?
I might. You know, they're good to have around so you can look back on all the good times you had.
Yeah, I have to order one this year because I'm a senior and everything.
It's a pretty important year to get a yearbook.
I know.
Are you getting it engraved, like your name engraved in it?
I should.
That'd be classy.
It seems interesting.
It'd be nice.
But
to have
it
lying
costs
around.
more.
Yeah, it costs more.
Yeah, like $5. But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
What
see.
happens.
Okay. So we did an interview
Yeah, we did.
about the yearbook
yearbook order.
orders and
Yearbook
how
order.
I guess how you can get them engraved
Yeah.
and everything.
And all about that.
And
So,
so
you want to go check it out?
yeah.
Let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm Allison Bresnicki here with Mr. Schmalbach to talk about the yearbook. Hello.
How are you doing?
Thanks for being here.
No problem.
So when does the yearbook go on sale?
The yearbook actually has been on sale for the last week or so. We just before the holidays, we did a mailing home to all seniors to kick off the sales for the 2010 yearbook. We'll be doing mailing for the underclassmen within the next week or so.
Oh, okay. So how much are the yearbooks?
For the 5th year in a row, I'm pleased to say we have not raised the cost of the book. The cost is $75 for the book, and if you want to get your name engraved on the front cover, that's an additional $5 option that'll be available till the end of January.
That's nice. So when will the students be receiving their yearbooks?
Yearbooks are distributed traditionally at what we call Spice Day, which happens at the end of the school year. Seniors are invited to this day to find out who the yearbook is dedicated to get their copy, and they have a nice reception afterwards where they get to sign the books. The rest of the school will get their yearbooks the next school day in homerooms.
Oh, okay. So why do they call it Spice, the yearbook?
I don't actually know exactly why they chose the name. It's been around since 1896, so it's been quite a long time, and it actually originally started out not as a yearbook like we think of yearbooks, but actually as a monthly literary magazine. And then around 1920 or so, they started putting in graduate pictures. And then when the schools got a school newspaper in the late 20s, then it became a yearbook like we think of it. But I think it's something along the lines of, you know, variety is the spice of life or something like that, but I've never found anywhere where they actually explain why they call it that.
Oh, okay. So is there going to be anything in the yearbook like special for seniors?
Sure. Most of the book, of course, is to chronicle the year, and the special focus is on seniors and senior events. So there'll be parts on there about senior banquet and your we don't, unfortunately, the book has to be done before the senior prom happens, so we put in the junior prom from last year. Every senior gets their picture in and information about themselves, in addition to all the normal things of sports and clubs, as well as building-wide things like homecoming and whatnot. So we try to cover, you know, all the major things that have happened, but a lot of it is focused specifically towards seniors.
Yeah. When are the senior pictures due for the yearbook?
Senior pictures are supposed to be handed in by the end of January. At this point, if a person hasn't had a picture taken, they really need to go and find a photographer and get one taken and provide me with a copy, a 5x7 copy, to scan before the end of this month. I'll start the senior section at the beginning of February, and at that point, I need to know exactly who I have a picture of, so we know who's going to be in the book. If I don't have a senior picture, I have to look at ID shots. If there's no ID shot, then I have to contact the person and say, hey, you don't have a picture. If you don't get me something, you're not going to be in the book.
Yeah. So it's really important to get the senior pictures in and be in the book?
Yeah, because the problem is the senior section is 40 pages long. If, say, someone with a B last name like yourself were to say, oh, I'll bring in that picture, and then you never do, there'll be a big blank spot around the 3rd or 4th page, and I can't go and adjust the other 36 pages to cover that up, and it doesn't look good. Yeah. So at some point we have to cut off and say, you know, if you haven't been able to get it done, we'll put your name at the end, but we're not going to be able to get the slot for you that you would have had you been able to get the picture taken through all the other means we have.
Yeah.
It's usually only a very, very few amount that we have nothing for.
Okay, and also the senior survey, so they're done.
Senior surveys were done before the holidays, and that gives us the information that goes next to a person's name. What we do is one last run to people who didn't turn anything in, to give them one more option to try and get something next to their name. A lot of times, people that may not have participated in a lot of activities don't think they need to bother filling one out because there's nothing to put next to their name. But the reality is, things like favorite teacher or your future plans, anyone can fill that out. It doesn't matter if you never did any activity. So it's always a shame for me that when you have a whole page full of people that have stuff next to it, there's like one person that just has the name. So we try to get as many as we can. But again, same with the pictures. At some point, we have to put a deadline on it because it does have to get sent in and published.
Okay, so kids still can put surveys in?
If they haven't done it, yes, for up until the beginning of February, I can still take some. At that point, again, I'll start the section, and what's there is there, and what's not, unfortunately, is not.
Yeah. Okay, well, is there anything else you'd like to add about the yearbook?
Just that the yearbook is one of those things that you will keep with you for all the years past high school, 5-year reunion, 10, 20, 30, 50. The other day had a person call up and wanted to get some pictures out of the yearbook from when his mother graduated from here, which was in 1937. So these are things that will stand the test of time. It's over 100 years worth of books we have down there with all these memories in them. A lot of people tend to think that it's something they don't really care about, that they really don't need it. But when the end of the year starts rolling around and seniors start really thinking about the fact that this is the end of their regular education, it starts to really hit home. We only order a certain amount, so if we sell out of what we have, we don't have any more to order. So we want to make sure that especially seniors get their orders in, and make sure they have a copy reserved so that they have that. And think of it like, people will spend $100 on a pair of sneakers without really thinking about it, but will often say, oh, $75 seems like too much. Again, are you going to have that pair of sneakers in 30 years, but you will have that yearbook? So we want to make sure that everyone gets a copy. And then that, the signing at Spice Day right before graduation, it's really like one of the last things you do as a class besides walk up and get your diploma. And that's when everyone puts their, messages in each other's books. Do you want to be the one left out of that because you have nothing to sign? So we hope that everyone takes advantage of purchasing the yearbook and has one for years down the road.
Yeah, it's definitely something we all want. So, all right, well, thank you for being here. And I'm Allison Bresnicki, and back to Eagle's Eye.
Thanks for watching the Eagle's Eye. This was a good week of work, so tune in next week.